Somewhere beyond the horizon, a steel giant cuts through the waves. Its engines hum like a heartbeat, carrying thousands of containers, each holding a small piece of the modern world. Out here, where sea and sky become one, time moves differently. This is life at sea, unseen, relentless, and essential. How does the world keep moving while most of us sleep? Who keeps the flow of goods, fuel, and food alive when land disappears beyond the horizon? The answer lies within the silent arteries of global trade. Aboard the ships that never stop, far from any shore, hundreds of nautical miles from the nearest sign of land, a massive container ship glides across the open sea. Everything seems peaceful until, without warning, the deep, rhythmic hum of the engine fades into silence. For a moment, there is only the sound of the waves. The ship, once a moving city, drifts aimlessly in the middle of nowhere. Power drops, the propeller stops, the lights dim, the radar screens go blank. For those on board, this silence is not peace, it's isolation. What happens when a ship's engine fails in the middle of the ocean? What systems come into play, and how do seafarers handle a situation where help could be days away? This is not just a story of machinery, it's a story of human endurance, teamwork, and the invisible strength that keeps the world's trade moving. The beating heart of a ship. Every ship that crosses the ocean depends on one core system, its main engine. Unlike car engines, a ship's engine is a towering structure, sometimes as tall as a 3-story building, burning heavy fuel oil to produce tens of thousands of horsepower. This mechanical heart drives the propeller that pushes millions of tons of steel through water, day and night. The main engine is designed for reliability, built to run non-stop for weeks or even months. But like all machines, it demands respect. One missed signal, one overlooked reading, and the heartbeat can stop. When the heart stops, engine failure is rare, but when it happens, the silence is immediate and absolute. The vibration that once filled the corridors disappears. Fans slow. The hum of the generator fades. Even the air feels heavier. Without propulsion, the ship begins to drift, carried by currents and wind. Navigation systems still work if emergency power remains, but control over direction is lost. The ship becomes a speck in the endless sea, vulnerable yet still alive with human presence. First response, trained instinct. Seafarers are trained for this moment. The chief engineer heads to the engine room, where temperatures can exceed 45 degrees Celsius even without running engines. The crew checks for alarms, low pressure, fuel supply, overheating, or lube oil issues. On the bridge, the captain contacts nearby vessels via radio and informs the company and maritime rescue coordination centers if necessary. Communication remains calm and procedural. Every step rehearsed through drills and experience. The engineering maze. The ship's engine room is a world of its own, a labyrinth of pipes, valves, turbines, and control panels. Here, the problem must be traced quickly. Is it a fuel pump, a turbocharger, a cooling system failure? Each possibility requires skill, intuition, and teamwork. There are no roadside repair shops at sea. The ship's crew is the mechanic, electrician, and rescue team, all in one. A brief history of engine reliability. Modern engines are incredibly robust. Since the 1950s, marine diesel technology has evolved to deliver high efficiency and endurance. Most failures are minor, a clogged filter, a faulty sensor, or a temporary fuel interruption. But even small issues can lead to cascading consequences if ignored. Maritime history remembers the days of steamships and sails, when power failure meant helpless drifting for weeks. Today, with satellite communication and automated systems, the risks are lower, but the ocean still demands respect. The role of auxiliary systems. When the main engine stops, the ship relies on auxiliary generators to power essentials, lights, radios, pumps, and navigation instruments. Emergency generators automatically start to maintain critical operations. Without them, the ship would be in complete darkness, a floating island cut off from the world. The stillness of the ocean. Outside, the sea continues its rhythm, indifferent to the ship's struggle. Waves slap gently against the hull. The horizon remains empty. For the crew, this stillness is both beautiful and unnerving, a reminder of how small human effort is against nature's vastness. There's a unique kind of silence at sea when a ship stops. No wind resistance, no engine pulse, just the endless breathing of the ocean. Teamwork below deck. Engineers move with precision. One checks the lube oil system. Another inspects fuel lines. The chief studies temperature logs and pressure gauges, searching for the clue that will bring life back to the engine. Sweat drips from faces. Tools clatter on steel floors. Communication is brief, efficient, and often wordless. Years of experience translating into instinctive understanding. Above deck, command and calm. On the bridge, the captain and officers monitor drift patterns and weather forecasts. They calculate how long the ship can remain stable without propulsion and whether nearby traffic poses any risk. Maritime law requires the ship to report its position and condition, not for rescue yet, but for safety awareness. Even in isolation, the ocean's network remains connected. Nature's test. The sea can be both ally and adversary. Calm weather offers time to repair, but a rising wind or approaching storm can turn a disabled vessel into a hazard. Every second counts, and yet the approach remains steady. No panic, no haste, because haste can lead to mistakes, and at sea, mistakes can be fatal. The restart. When the cause is found, a clogged fuel filter, a malfunctioning governor, or an air system fault, the process of restarting begins. The massive engine must be warmed, primed, and synchronized carefully. The chief gives the signal. Air valves hiss open. A deep mechanical groan rises from the depths of the ship. And then the heartbeat returns. The propeller turns. The hull trembles slightly. The ocean begins to move past once again. Relief spreads quietly among the crew. No celebration, just calm satisfaction. The machine lives again. Lessons of the sea. Every seafarer learns this truth early. The ocean tests both metal and mind. Mechanical failure can be fixed, but maintaining composure is the real challenge. Each incident becomes a lesson, logged, analyzed, and shared. Because in global trade, every second of silence in an engine room echoes across supply chains, from ports to factories to homes. Hidden dependence. Few realize that over 90% of world trade relies on ships. Every smartphone, shirt, and coffee mug travels aboard a vessel whose engine must never stop. When a single ship halts, it's a microscopic pause in a global rhythm, yet a reminder of how fragile that rhythm is. Modern safeguards. Today's ships are equipped with redundant systems, remote diagnostics, and predictive maintenance software that detects issues before they occur. Sensors transmit data to onshore control centers, allowing engineers thousands of miles away to guide the crew. Technology reduces risk, but it cannot replace human skill, the intuition built from years of listening to the subtle hum of machinery, the human spirit at sea. Behind every container vessel are the people who make it move. Engineers, officers, cooks, and deckhands. They face storms, isolation, and mechanical failures, often far from family and recognition. Yet their resilience keeps the global economy afloat. When the engine stops, their calm response defines the outcome. Beyond machinery, a ship's engine failure is more than a mechanical event. It's a moment that reveals balance. But between man and machine, between control and surrender, between silence and motion, it reminds us that even in the most advanced industries, humility before nature remains essential. Eventually, the ship resumes its course, engine steady, systems back online. The ocean, vast and indifferent, continues its eternal rhythm. For the crew, the incident becomes another story, one more test passed quietly in the middle of nowhere. The world will never know. Containers will reach ports, goods will fill shelves, and trade will flow as usual. But for those who were there, in that silent hour when the heartbeat stopped, the memory remains. A reminder that the ocean grants no guarantees. Every container that leaves the port carries more than goods. It carries human effort, trust, and the silent pulse of civilization. The sea may seem endless, but every voyage reminds us how connected we really are.